Welcome to Extra Connections. I'm James Lott Jr., the head of JLJ Media. Yeah, that's the other place. And I said before, I like to bring back artists and guests when they have newer projects. So I had her on, and now I said, well, when your EP comes out, you got to come back. Well, she did. The EP's out, and she is back. The EP is called Free Range Stories, and I'm so excited to have her back because we had a great conversation last time. I know we're going to have a great conversation this time. Help me welcome the talented singer, songwriter, musician, Shelley Speck. Hi, Shelley.
Hi, James. It's good to be back.
Thank you.
Really good. It's good to hear about your career.
Thank you.
And I, of course, will love talking about me.
I love it. Well, people at home don't know, she and I, we always support each other's careers, support indie artists, right? Shelley Ray is support
Yeah,
indie artists.
absolutely.
There are a lot of talented indie artists out there.
I'm amazed at some of the stuff I have found just by Facebook, people that do Americana and country western. I am amazed at some of the music out there, just so beautiful and so beautifully sung. I'm
Let me,
trying to
let me,
think of some.
let me ask you a question. I don't think I asked you this last time. With Americana, I feel like it's the new traditional country.
That's a great
Uh,
way to put it.
so I want to say, do you agree with that?
Absolutely. Yeah. I never looked at it that way, but that is a great way to put it because it's going to be traditional stuff. It's almost folklore,
Yes.
like story. That's why I named the album Free Range Stories because they're stories. Every song I write is a story. It's either true or embellished, which I'm from the South. You got to
Yes, of
embellish.
course. Yes.
Well, I'm actually from Missouri, but southern Missouri.
Missouri. Yes.
Yeah. And so you got to embellish. I'm sorry. I grew up, all my relatives were very colorful. They had these wild stories that you could just sit and listen to for hours. And so that's kind of what I grew up with. And that's why I called the album Free Range Stories, because the songs are about stories that when I write a song, James, I usually get a scene. I see this whole scene, like the song Mama Tried that I wrote. I remembered my mother riding the bus. We were very poor. And she was a single mom and she was very young and very pretty. And I remember what she smelled like. I remember her high heels. I remember the bus driver sometimes driving us all the way to our house because she was so pretty. And and in the story that I tell in that song, it's all about, a mother-daughter relationship, which is complicated. Every parent child relationship is complicated, but mothers and daughters, fathers and sons too.
Yes.
Very, very, there's some complexities that you just can't explain, I don't know if it's because I was a young girl and she was a woman and there was competitiveness. Maybe she didn't like that I had nice looks, which I did at that time.
Still do, girl. You still do. Yes.
But I tell the story, and I tell the story. The line that I like the best is, "She rode the bus, she paid the rent, and that was how her time was spent."
Okay.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
one of my that you talked about when we were off camera about one of the songs you wrote for Christmas for your brother. And this is about my mother. This is about the forgiveness that I have because she was stressed out of her mind.
I'm
I mean,
sure.
she had two kids. Daddy left when we were two, you know.
Yeah.
So I like the idea of storytelling, and I like the idea of um, folklore. I mean, ancient Greece was folklore in a lot of ways, and it is stories that get handed down and handed down. So I like your new Americana. What did you call it again?
I said that Americana is the new traditional country.
Yeah, I got to write that down. New
Write it
tradition.
down, girl. Why write it down? I'm gonna cut. So, folks at home, her EP is called Free Range Stories. There are 3 songs. She Ain't the Marrying Kind. Mama Tried. She Was Just a Child. And of course, my song that I love from last time, but it's remastered. The Bottle's on My Side. Beautiful song.
Yeah.
Those are
Thank
3
you.
songs. But and talk about my brother, your mother, that there is a cathartic, there is a catharsis in writing a song about somebody I found. I didn't write so many songs about people. Usually I write scenes and things, or things I want, or things I
Yeah,
like.
I hear you.
To go inward, to write a
Right.
song about somebody, right?
Right.
So
Right.
there's
And
something.
I find that you mentioned the word scene again, and I find that when I write a song, I usually see the images first. Then I have to match the lyrics to the images. So I have to have poetry in there, or it doesn't work. It's just another pop song, which is fine too, because
I
there
know,
are
right, right,
great.
right.
Yeah, I mean, who does? Have you heard uh, Texas Hold'em?
I was going to ask you. I was going to ask you what your thoughts are. I like the song. I was going to ask what your thoughts. I was going to ask what your thoughts are.
Oh, I more than like it. I listened to it 20 times the day it came out, and I was screaming and yelling. My friend was here who helps me with social media, and I'm screaming, listen to this, listen to this. She goes, yeah, it's good. No, it's brilliant. But it is.
It
It
is
is
brilliant.
that production is unbelievable. So yeah, I even posted on my Facebook, "Welcome to Country, Beyonce," because
Yeah,
she's getting such flack.
yeah. I know, well, you know why, but
Yeah,
I was going to ask you about the production version because I like to me like you. I was like, this product, the sound she's using, the type of it's very smart. It's very accessible. It's very welcoming, right? It's like it's a nice little bop. It's like okay,
it's amazing. I love it when the piano comes in after the bridge. God,
I know,
it's it's absolutely perfect. It's as good as a Prince song.
I know. Mm.
It reminds me a little bit of what Prince might be doing right now.
Well, Prince said he wanted Purple Rain to be a country song originally.
Really?
And if you listen to the
Oh,
song, think about it. I can see it turn into country.
Purple
See?
Rain.
But he said that.
Yeah. In the purple rain. Yeah, that's
Said that. He
amazing.
wanted first he wanted Stevie Nicks and him to write it.
You're kidding. They
Because
were going to write together?
they did stand back together.
You're kidding. I
Oh,
didn't know that.
that's him on the keyboards and everything. And she said he came in and he wrote the keyboard parts and recorded it and they became friends. And he had sent her a demo and said, I want you to co-write this new song I have, Purple Rain. And she was too nervous. She didn't do it.
You're kidding.
Said
Wow,
that.
she's amazing. I
Oh, we love
love
Stevie
her.
Nicks. Love Stevie Nicks. But anyway, back to you about your thing. I was gonna ask,
That's it.
so what you were saying is that I felt too the production, like yes, it's Beyonce, blah blah, but the production of that song, it's smart. It's a smart. It's a reason why it's a huge hit.
It hits every note perfectly. There's not too much, there's not too little. It is perfectly. If I were to teach production, I would play that song. That and Purple Rain and Every Breath You Take by the Police. I mean, just
Yeah.
perfect production, just perfect.
Isn't that funny how they think the song's about stalking, but it's so funny that it's become
Yeah.
this love song.
Yeah.
Like listen to the lyrics, folks. He's like, it's about stalking somebody. But the production is so lush and beautiful.
Oh, I know.
Like, where'd they come from, Sting? Like, where'd they come from?
I know his early work was, oh, I loved his work with the Police.
Oh yeah, me too.
Yeah.
It's very, very. Um, Back to the Americana part, because I say that because nowadays some may say country's been bastardized. Obviously, they may say it started with Garth Brooks and Shania Twain. They may say it started with Faith Hill and Leanne Rod. I mean, they may say it started with even Winona, her first solo album. They say it started kind of the pop SF. Taylor Swift obviously is the biggest thing right now out there, but but I'm hearing these artists like Nico Case and maybe Brandy Carlisle. Like, they're starting to do this stuff that's for me, I grew up with hippie parents, so folk music was my house all the time.
Really?
So it sounds, yeah. So it sounds. My mother was into Donovan and Bob Dylan, and I mean they were total hippies. I mean, so Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young, Joni Mitchell, all that stuff. But I'm finding that a lot of the Americana artists today, they're very similar to the folk art. You said it's very similar. They're telling a story. It's stripped down, which traditional country back in the 70s and 80s kind of was. The George Straits, Randy Travis, all that kind of stuff. That's why I asked you that. I was wondering, like, yeah, Americana is kind of like now turning into that. If you want to hear some down home country,
Yeah, yeah. And I like the term, but I like new traditional better.
that's
I
good.
think that
We'll
I
take that.
think that I think that crystallizes the image that I have of the music that I'm hearing of artists that write like I do. New traditional is really, yeah,
I like it.
we gotta market that.
I like it. I like it. I like it.
Yeah, yeah. So She Ain't the Marrying Kind I wanted to talk with you about
Yes,
because
please, yes, please, let's get there. Let's do it.
that's another story. So that was an image that I got. I was sitting with a drummer. We were like working out a song. And we were talking, of course, because we're women, about relationships.
Really? No.
Yeah, I know. It's hard to believe.
Yes.
Hard to believe two women get together and
Talk about
yeah.
men stuff. Right,
Now, men do it too. But with women, it's
yeah.
anyway.
Yes.
It's more like, well, what was he like? And anyway, I think the man conversation is a little different. But
Yeah.
so I was saying, I've never been good in relationships, which is true. I'm not. That's why I'm alone. I love it. Love it. Love my time alone.
Yes.
I do not want someone in my face.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I do not.
Yeah.
If I want to paint my living room purple,
You can do it.
I can do it. I don't have to ask permission. Honey, what do you think? And honey would say, are you out of your mind? You just, but
Yeah.
so we're talking, she said, I just ain't the marrying kind. And I thought, God, that
Great title.
just
Great title.
is a great title. Now I recorded it first as I Ain't the Marrying Kind. I realized I had some audience issues because my publicist, Dominic, said to me, I think it was Dominic that said, Shelley, everybody who's in country, they are married. So I changed it to She Ain't the Marrying Kind. And it tells a story about a woman who's incredibly independent. And she goes off this road trip in her convertible Cadillac. And it's just her, and she just does what she wants. She has a relationship, a one night stand with some guy, and then she keeps her key in the ignition just in case he's wishing that she might stay over. And so it was a fun song to write. It was a really fun song. But like we were saying earlier, I got that imagery. I got the scene in my head. I got this girl in a car, hair flowing, top down, just going through my home state, Missouri, which is a beautiful state if you've
It
never
is.
been.
I've been.
Oh, unbelievable, especially the southern portion.
Yep.
You get down into the Ozarks. Oh my God. So I wrote this song about this woman who takes this road trip, and she has these friends that show her pictures in their wallet of their wedding, and she's like, "That's great, that's just lovely,"
Nice.
and kind of, "Thank you, that's not me." But she stops to get gas at a gas station, a truck stop sign, and she sees a stray dog, and she says, She picks it up. The dog rides shotgun with her the rest of the trip. And even though she's not the marrying kind, she doesn't feel tied down by this wonderful new companion. So that's the story on that song.
Well, it seems to me your EP is telling several different female stories.
Yeah, yeah. It's
But
definitely for. Female perspective, definitely.
and your women are independent.
Yeah, like me. I
I think,
wonder where that came from.
what happened? No, I'm seeing that. I'm seeing that this was that's the whole thing is that your connection on this EP is you're connecting you're connecting into your independent self. Your mom is one example, and your friend is another example, so to speak. And then, but the examples are within you. You know, we're reflections of who we're with, right?
They definitely are. They definitely reflect who I was at the moment when I wrote them. And what I love to say about this EP, I've done so many recordings in my career. This EP, I have nothing that I would do differently. I lyrically, they're all there. They're everything I wanted to say. I've had songs, released even that I'm like, wow, why did you say no instead of
Too, yeah,
fuck no?
that happens, right? That happens. But then again, but I
Yeah,
look at that. But I look at that, Shelley Ray, as everything you put out at that time is you at that time, and then
yeah,
later you do grow. So when you look back on some of those songs, which I have done too, I was like, well, that one. It's like
yeah.
it's not the song is fine for its time, and then
Right,
now
right.
you just you know different now, right?
Yeah, yeah. And as a writer, you relate to this, you get better.
Yes,
You get
right,
more discerning. The more you write, the more you're like, that's good enough. Good enough ain't gonna cut it.
right.
I will work on a line for hours, hours, maybe sometimes a week, just because it didn't capture the image.
I know. And then
I can't,
when you get it, isn't it just wonderful when even if it's just one stanza and you get it and it just fit it and the four lines fit or the five like whatever how many it is fit. Isn't that a wonderful feeling? It's wonderful.
oh my God, it's breathtaking. Wasn't it Disney that said, life isn't measured by how many breaths you take, but by how many breathless moments?
Yeah.
And when you have that breathless moment where you know you nailed it.
Clicks. It clicks.
Yeah, yeah, I get it. I get it. So
No, you do.
these songs, I really feel strongly that I got it, that I worked a little harder on Mama Tried than I've worked on, like She Ain't the American Kind was uh, difficult to write because it's so wordy.
Mm.
But Mama Tried was that image that I had in my head of my mama riding the bus. I could not get it out of my head. I
So
remember
you were focused on getting to that end point of that to where the image is.
exactly that whole scene. That whole scene of Daddy left when I was 2, and that whole scene. And it's all true. It's all true, which feels good. There's as you use the word catharsis before, and that's really what that was between me and my mother. It was a complicated relationship. She had issues,
Yeah.
and she had issues because she was a young mother who was gorgeous, growing up in Missouri in the 50s and 60s. She had it rough, boy, because we couldn't even say that mama was divorced. She asked us to tell people because there was such a stigma
Oh,
at
right.
that
Right,
time.
right, right, right.
We had to say that she was widowed. My first lie as a child, yeah. But she did the best she could.
Right. Of course. I was funny. I had another interview before you, and the subject of the mother-daughter issue came again. And
Really?
I think that's a theme. And this person is super famous. And that interview will be out soon. But the point was it got back into so some of the things you said a minute ago, I think are the issues between father, son, mother, daughter. It's same gender, number one. For a parent, I think there is a mix of jealousy and envy, but also if you're a parent of some worth, you want your child to do better than you, and you
Right.
protect them, but yet it's like, and then as your child, meaning it could be any age, but you're the child. There's a little bit of competition again. You want to do better than my mother, or better than my father. I see my mother differently now. I told this guest, I'm telling you the same thing. The thing that I learned, because I did become a parent myself. Um, I Once I became an adult, and then later a parent, I saw my parents as adults.
Gotcha. Gotcha. You know, I regret writing this song. My mother passed,
Okay.
and she disowned me at one point, disowned all the kids. She had a lot of issues, and just poor,
Yeah.
poor thing. She was so messed up. Um, but one regret I have is I never got to tell her. I wrote this song for her, never got to tell her about the sacrifices that she made as a young mother. I wrote her a letter once saying, I can't imagine what it was like growing up, having two kids, two mouths to feed. She worked at an auto parts store, rode the bus to, downtown Kansas City.
Oh, I can't see.
And I never, because of her mental illness, I never got a chance to tell her. But this song is definitely about her sacrifices. Definitely about.
I'm actually going to correct you, if I may, Miss Shelley Ray.
You may.
She knows.
Wow, you think?
Oh yeah.
Because I think when I think of her and pray about her, I think of her as a young adult in perfect condition, perfect mental health, and know that she is. I never thought of it that way, like she knows, but maybe she does. Huh.
I believe she does. I believe, like my brother knows. I believe they know. We're trying to remember. We're trying to, while we're on Earth, celebrate, understand. They're free. So I think they do see what we do. Because someone had corrected me once. It was like, no, your brother saw your success.
Wow.
He's seeing it. He's happy for you. And your mother's free. I believe she's free. So she is that young woman who's free and happy,
Oh,
and she's like,
oh, I'm gonna
look,
cry.
I believe it. I
Oh,
believe it.
that's
I believe
really nice. Well, thanks for that.
yes. That's my gift to you. I think
Thank you.
we do something that we put out to the universe, whether one person listens to it or 1,000. And that's why I love doing these shows with musicians and writers and actors, or we do something that's just as important as politics and religion and law. We put something out there that people, it's a vibration that people can feel,
Mhm.
and can have either wrap around them or
Right.
tell them or remind them, that kind of thing. And
Oh,
I
good.
think I think your song, Your Mama Tried, She Was a Child, people out there are going to relate to it. And they're going
Yeah.
to hear it and go, I had a mother who also rode the bus. Or she had a junky car that was, had on its last leg,
Right,
had
right.
4 kids, and was trying to work that job too. And
Which is a song for you,
I know.
song for you to write.
Yeah, I probably
Yeah.
write. I'm probably writing. Right, I'm inspired.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll
Thank
write
you.
it.
Thank
But
you.
but no, but listen,
You want me to play a little bit of it?
the only thing is, I'm not sure if it'll come through on Zoom. That's the only problem with Zoom.
Let me try.
Try. We're gonna try. So folks are gonna try. We're gonna see if she can do if I'll pick it up.
Yeah, if not, then,
Yeah,
I'll have you listen to my record and I'd love some
I
feedback.
will. I'll definitely do that. But go ahead, please play, please.
Okay. See if you can hear the guitar.
I can.
Different from the age of 10, Mama told her way back when. Mind your manners, girl, and forget the past. Never make a wave or scene. Never cut the apron strings. Get into a situation that will last. So young and pretty, such a heavy load. Daddy left a long time ago. Sometimes the climb was just too steep. At night I heard her cry. Through the walls I heard the cries. Mama tried, Mama tried, did the best she could. She did, she was just a child. Mama was just a child. She rode the bus, she paid the rent. That was how her time was spent. She was just a child. Mama was.
I love it. I love it. I love the lyrics. I love the lyrics.
Thank you, thank you. Did it came
It
through
came
through?
through. I think it came through. I was stood afterwards. They came loud and clear.
Oh, good,
That's
good,
beautiful.
good.
No, your voice. No, I love the lyrics. I love the lyrics. I was like really listening to the lyrics. I'm like, I love the lyrics.
You know, I have a friend who loves music. She's my social media gal. I'm going to date myself. She's my social media gal. Dang it. So she loves music. She has the most incredible taste in music. She has 48 genres that she listens to on Spotify. And she'll say, let me put on my Spotify list. It's like new traditional, it's Americana, it's country, it's then some reggae, then all of a sudden Nirvana's, and it's the most incredible thing. It's
I love it.
I was bringing that up for a point, I don't remember, but
Love that it's that diverse. I love that because music's
I knew what it was. She doesn't listen to lyrics first.
oh
She doesn't even listen to the lyrics. She'll play Rolling Stone stuff and she won't know the lyrics to it. She'll just know the tune. She can sort of sing along, but
so
kind of
she
not.
likes the music first then. Okay.
Yeah, and I think there are two types of people. I think there's a peop, I like both, but lyrics will really send me over the edge. That's why I like Texas Hold'em. Just sent me over the edge.
Yeah,
Just so perfect. But, well, what'd you think of the song?
I love it. I love it.
Good, good.
Beautiful. It's a beautiful song. She loves it. I know she loves it. It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Fantastic,
It's like
fantastic.
again, I'm liking the lyrics because of the apron strings and you'd hear the crying, through the walls. Like
Yeah,
I got an image. I mean, my mother, when my father left, she was crying. I could hear her in another room.
yeah,
So
definitely.
yeah, that gave me.
There's another verse to it there's the so young and pretty, just 17. How the hell she gonna make ends meet? Sometimes the climb was just too deep. At night I heard her cry. Through the walls I heard the cry. Mama tried, Mama tried. Anyway,
I love it.
so it's so nice to play for you.
Thank you. I feel honored. Thank you. I love it. And I
So
can hear it totally. So I'm letting him through. Because I mean, lyrics. I mean, in some songs, yeah, don't mean anything. But I think I love lyrics that are thought out. I dream lyrics. I'm in bed asleep.
you really?
I wake up and I put my little recorder and my voice is all raspy at 2 in the morning. I'm like, and I feel and I just when the next morning I try to remember what's going on. But my friend Flobo, who was you were on his show once, New Amsterdam, last year,
Right.
he was like, I'm tired of you always saying I said, I dream stuff. I actually dream lyrics. I dream like
You dream them? You don't just wake up and think of them?
no, I try and in the dream I hear a block, I wake myself up and I roll over to my phone and I hum it in or say the lyrics and I just say it.
Wow.
And then
Wow.
then later that day I'll try to decipher what, I'm like, whoa, what was that? Or I'm like, yes, I remember that melody. And I'm like, okay, I gotta try to work on that. Because I get pieces sometimes
Yeah. Yeah.
that just come to me. So I mean I have vivid dreams, I guess. I've always been that way.
So do you dream lyrics too?
Lyrics, I dream scenes from shows I'm writing. I dream pieces of books. I've always been, I don't know if I'm in tune to that side of my brain. I sleep very well. I've always been able to sleep. I have no problems. I can sleep standing up. I'm like, what's it? Like a cow. I can sleep anywhere. No, but I do. I've always had very vivid dreams too. I've just when my imagination is turned on, it goes into my subconscious, I guess. I do. And some of my songs I put out there, they're from dreams. My
Really?
my sister was stressed out in one of her dreams and told me I dreamt a song called "My Soul Needed a Cigarette." And I wrote, "That's a song," and I wrote down that song, and then I dreamt a lyric. And I was like, I think it goes to that song. The song is out there. It's my first album. It's called "My Soul Needed a Cigarette."
That was, I don't remember that song on your first album.
It's early. No, it's on there. I don't know which album you heard first. I mean, I have a couple albums that are not on Spotify. They're only on Apple for some reason.
Oh, okay.
So maybe one of that one. My first
What's
album.
on Spotify now?
So I think it's my last 5 albums. I think.
Okay, okay.
I'm working on my 11th album right now.
Oh, wow, okay. Well, this is just my second release.
I know. I'm so excited for you. So
I've
excited.
had other albums out. Everything's on Spotify, Apple.
Yeah.
Sorry, I think we had like a little earthquake.
Oh, you did? Oh my God, you did.
Yeah.
That's happening before on TV. That's happening when I've done it. You just had an earthquake. Oh my God, that's crazy.
It's either an earthquake or sometimes we get gusts up here where I'm in Desert Hot Springs, which is sort of medium high desert. It's not low desert. And we get gusts up to like 70 and woke my dog
I
up.
think you had an earthquake.
It was more like an earthquake. I'm seeing if anything.
I'll have to look it up.
Yeah. Yeah, my lamp is moving.
I heard it. I saw it. And I heard it. I heard it. We get earthquakes here all the time, but it happened to me twice on camera. That's the trip.
Wow.
That's
Wow.
the trip. So I also
Maybe we can make money on this. Let's release it.
I
to the
know.
Wiki
I
channel.
know. I'm gonna go on Twitter. Twitter is my place that tells me about earthquakes. If there's an earthquake, it'll tell me.
You know how I know? Because it's still going on.
Oh, you still feel it? Oh my God.
Yeah, I feel kind of nauseous.
Yes, so it's a rolling one. Oh my God, I just I hate
Yeah.
those.
Ooh. Well, it really knocked me for a loop. So, be sure to tell your listeners that the album is on Spotify.
Yeah, you're telling them right now. Take good. Tell them where it is.
Oh, I'm telling you, it's on Spotify, it's on Apple Music, it's on Amazon. And if you go to Spotify, follow me. Don't just listen, follow me, because I'm putting out another release in another probably month.
Ooh, okay.
It won't be as produced. It's going to be more acoustic or new traditional. So yeah, I would love everybody to just go to Spotify, follow me, tell me what you think. And also I'm on Facebook. I have a Facebook artist page, which you can go to, which has all of my, interviews and things like that you can sort of follow along and just keep in touch. I don't do Instagram as much as I'd like. Do you?
Instagram was actually my favorite out of the three, and then I need to do more on Facebook. I'm bad, but
it's sort of phasing out, to be honest with you. It's sort of phasing out.
I guess right. But I just like
everybody does Instagram now.
They do Instagram.
I haven't figured it out. So
Instagram is safe. Instagram is compared to the others. I know like Twitter's a hellscape, and I'm on there too. But Facebook is kind of like there's some problems on there too for people. So I don't know. So I
haven't had any problems with Facebook. I finally learned how to navigate it. I'm still learning how to navigate Instagram and do posts and things like that. But yeah, I do encourage people to follow me just because it looks good. My ultimate goal is not to be an artist, not to like tour and play out and play live. My ultimate goal is to have someone like Kelly Clarkson, Wynonna Judd. I want them to do my songs. So I'm marketing myself just as a songwriter. I don't plan to, I have to play live occasionally just because you have to do it. But that's my ultimate goal. It's like, oh man, I could hear Kelly Clarkson do this song. She keeps her key in the ignition just in case he's wishing that she might stay. Oh, well, she can't do that. She can't do that. She got the top down on her Cadillac, looking back, double yellow line staring right back, right back. Oh, yeah, she got it, she gets it. Every time she falls in love, it's only for a minute. Oh, yeah, she got it. Guess she should have turned around and said goodbye. She ain't the marrying kind. Bet you're gonna find someone who'll walk on down the aisle. Wedding bells will chime. She's at the Jackson County line. Could use a glass of wine. Radio blasting Patsy Cline. She can't help it if she ain't the marrying kind. Friends show her pictures in their wallet of their big, big day. It was beautiful and flawless. And the bride wore white. Riding shotgun is a furry guy, black and white. Found him up in Joplin near a truck stop sign. Now they're friends for life. Oh, yeah, she got it, she gets it. Never been so happy, she's the first one to admit it. Oh, yeah, she got it. Yeah, she's tied together, but she ain't tied down. She ain't the marrying kind. Bet you're gonna find someone who'll walk on down the aisle. Wedding bells will chime. She's at the Jackson County line. Could use a glass of wine. Radio blasting Patsy Cline. She can't help it. She ain't the marrying kind. She ain't the marrying kind.
Love it. I can see her do that. I can see Shania Twain singing that too.
Yes. Yes.
That's her type of song. That's her totally type of song.
Oh, I totally would love it. That's my goal.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to get Spotify followers, and then I want to get a publishing deal, because getting my songs to an artist is not easy. You know, they don't accept just unsolicited material. And I've had a publishing deal before.
I know you don't say you did, right? You had one before, right?
I've had one before, and the publisher did all the work to get my songs covered. And I've just found that without a publisher, it's really hard to get to an artist. I'm not saying that I don't visualize it every single day. Every single day I see Winona Judd doing Mama Tried. Every single day I see Shania Twain or Kelly Clarkson or Sheryl Crow doing She Ain't the Marrying Kind. I see it, I visualize it every day. And that is a powerful, it's not a wish list, it's just something that I see. It's a scene. It's a consciousness.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's I love it. And you're right, songwriting. Now that I have other people doing my music, my songs, it is a different kind of feeling. It's different than writing a song for yourself and putting it out there, but to hear someone else get excited about something you've written,
Yeah.
and then their interpretation,
Yeah.
you're like, oh my goodness, it's a trip. And so,
Yeah.
right, my artist Anthony DePazzi has been really a lot of fun. He's been enjoying. I'm seeing his reactions to the songs,
Right.
and it's not. And I usually have my own version somewhere in my archives. Like I have like the vaults.
Yeah.
I have my version of the song, just for reference, right? For reference.
Right.
But to hear their version, you're like, wow. So yeah, I'm like you. Songwriting's where it's at, folks. I'm part of ASCAP.
Oh yeah.
And
Yeah.
I'm like, and all that. So I'm like, songwriting's where it's at, kids. I mean, that's like, so you don't have to tour or nothing. You can write songs and sit at home while the money comes in.
And you can also get a lot of stuff, which I've been successful in getting my music in film and television.
Yes. Yes.
Which is royalties. We love
Woo!
royalties. We
commercials, television, the cinema. Yes, all of that.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
all of that.
But I had other artists cover my material before. An artist, when I was under contract to a publishing deal, it was a big Japanese hit. It's called "Let an Angel." It
Oh
was a
wow.
real good song, and their interpretation was so interesting because it was about it. The song is "Let an Angel," and their interpretation was there's a moon and a crescent and I loved it. I loved it because it was authentic. It
Man,
was really authentic. It was when they did a
love,
super version.
I love it.
But that's when the publisher did all the work.
Yes.
If you're a publisher, you can just say I'm a publisher and I'm representing blah blah.
Yeah.
But I do publish my own stuff. Like
Yeah.
when I've gotten it into film and TV, I retain the publishing there. But it's just it's a goal, and I shall do it.
You will.
I know. I know.
Just like that. You're going to.
Yeah.
Going to. Yeah. But that's where it's at. And it's a great satisfaction. And it's still you. It's still you through the conduit of someone else.
Well, you talked about having someone else do something. I've written songs, and the person that I got in, like India Davenport, I don't know if you know who she
I
is.
love her. No, I know exactly who she is. Yes.
She used to sing on my demos, and my
I didn't
demos
know
were,
that.
yeah,
So
India,
folks, just a
she's
little side note.
amazing.
So folks, if you know who she is, brand new heavies.
Brand new
That's
heavies.
what's one piece to the puzzle there. But I know who she is, and I love her
Yeah.
voice. Anyway, so
She
she
used to
sang your
sing on
demo.
my she used to sing on my demos for me when
Wow,
I was at A&M Records Publishing Company. So
I
we were
thought
on
you
the
were.
lot,
Yeah,
and she would come in and she would just nail it in one take,
I'm sure. I'm sure.
it's amazing. And we would do, but to say that an artist of her caliber, because I always wanted to sound like India.
Oh, funny.
And
That's so
I
funny.
don't. I sound new traditional.
Yes, you do.
That's just my voice.
Yes.
But I always wanted to sound like India. I always was sure when I started singing at an early age, like 12 or so, 11 or 12, I thought for sure. My mother was big on gospel. So we had Mahalia Jackson
Oh yeah.
and every gospel, you
Yes.
know, and we went to gospel revival tents and things like that. So we listening to Mahalia Jackson, I was sure that okay, I'm going to sing and something
It
like
sound like
Mahalia.
that.
Yeah, not exactly. It came out like Joan Baez, which
Oh
is
yeah.
nothing wrong with that because Joan Baez rocks,
Oh
but
well, yes. I mean, nothing wrong with that at all. No. Yeah.
she's amazing. But I was shocked. I
Yeah.
was shocked. I was like, what? Are you sure, God?
And he's like, yes, and this is how you're going to do.
Yeah.
The answer you were answered, and your
Yeah.
talent is there. So I mean, you don't have to worry about that. It just sounds different than somebody else's, but it's there. I love it.
Yeah.
I
Gotcha.
do. I love it. Shelley Ray, thanks for being on the show. You
My
are lovely
pleasure.
as always. It's always great
Yeah.
talking.
Yeah. And I'll look forward to, I'm going to go to Spotify when we hang up actually and get updated because the last thing I heard was our last time, which is about a year and a half, maybe even 2 years ago.
So
And
fast.
that was the last thing I heard. I do remember getting in touch with you, telling you how much I enjoyed it.
Yeah, we talked about it. I sent you an email,
So,
and you sent me an email back. Yeah, we talked about it.
yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
I had a rough
Nice
year
to see
last year.
you.
But it was very nice to see you too. Shelley
Yeah.
Speck, folks. Go and follow her on Spotify, follow her on Facebook. I'll put all the stuff in the description, folks, below. So I'll make it very easy for you. The EP is called Free Range Stories, folks. And you just heard two of the songs on here from it. So you'll love it. I'm James Lott Jr. And again, support indie artists. I just support the arts in general, support arts in schools, support arts in rec rooms and boys and girls clubs and wherever else that in churches, wherever it is. The arts are very important. And when it comes to music, it has been proven, time and time again, that music education actually supports all other education. Think about
Right.
that for a second. And also check out that artist you see on the side over here going, they say, check this out, check it out. You'll be very surprised what's out there. And there's some wonderful people doing some amazing work, like Shelley Ray Speck,
Thank you.
and myself. I'm James Lott Jr. Follow me where all James Lott Juniors are. I'm everywhere. Trust me. Just anywhere you want to go, I'm there. Even where you don't want me to be, I'm there too. Check it out, James Lott Jr. And there's connections on Facebook. And this show is on YouTube. It's on every audio streaming service platform. And we'll see you next time.
Congratulations.
Thank you.